Well, look at what we got here. Looks like the KO is back for some more. In this video, we'll show you how to sequence a beat and turn it into a full song. This video is part of a series on the PO-33 KO. Be sure to check out all the videos for more information. Alright, let's jump in. There's a few things to know about the sequencer on the KO. 1. The KO features a 16-step pattern sequencer. 2. Steps can be recorded in live and programmed manually. 3. There are 16 programmable patterns in the KO. 4. Each pattern follows the same global BPM, swing, and master volume of the KO. 5. Patterns can be linked together to create a song. Alright, let's program a quick beat. First, let's set our BPM. I've been enjoying some slower BPMs lately, so let's go somewhere around 75 BPM. Press and hold BPM and adjust knob B until it's at 75. I like to start with the hi-hats. My KO is set up with group samples per sound slot. Check out the KO setup video for more info. Press and hold sound and select 15, where the hats are stored. I think hi-hats are an underrated member of the drum kit. A lot of swing and movement in the beat happens in the hats, even if they're quantized. You want to use hi-hats to keep the listener from getting bored. Let's program ours so they seem random, but have precise movement as well. This is a great opportunity to show you one of my favorite features of the KO, which is the step multiplier. This allows you to re-trigger a step by a factor set by the multiplier. Since it's common in beats today to have triplets or rolls on the hi-hats, let's sprinkle a dab of that on these hats. Press and hold the step you want to re-trigger, then press BPM. The screen displays the number of re-triggers on that step from 1 to 8. Pressing BPM twice will get you triplets. Let's do this on another step. Press and hold the step and then press BPM twice. One downside to the multiplier feature is that it does not work in the melodic section, only on the drums. Next, let's get some claps going. Press and hold sound and then select 16 where I keep my clap sounds. You can use a snare if you want, but I'm just feeling claps lately. Now, this is an important step in the process. Where we place our claps will dictate how fast our beat is perceived, even if the BPM remains the same. Let me demonstrate really quickly. If we place a clap on all the odd steps of the sequencer, we'll have quarter notes. You see this on a lot of EDM style beats. That has a feeling of quick movement, but the opposite is also true. If we scarcely place claps, say on the 5 and 13, get a much slower vibe and it feels less urgent. That seems more our speed today. Now, sometimes a cymbal sound can be used to emphasize a clap sound or snare. If you place a cymbal before the clap or snare, it will lead the listener in and make them snap into the clap sound. I forgot to load a cymbal sample, but check this out. You can just sample your voice for sounds like this. Now make a sound like a snake or a flat tire on your bicycle. Put a little high pass filter on it. Give it a wide resonance and drop the volume way more than you think it needs to. Boom. Now program that bad boy just before the first clap, say step 3. Now let's program some kicks. Press and hold sound and select number 13, where the kicks are stored. Select the kick sound that hits hard. You'll know you found a good one if your neighbors start pounding on your door. Let's program a few steps. The kick pattern is where the beat really gets its life. There are beats that keep the kick simple on the half notes like the 1, 5, 9, and 13. This is your basic 4 on the floor beat, and it's a staple in dance music. But that's not often deployed in hip-hop, which tends to prefer more of a break beat. So let's give that a try. Place some kicks in a way that drives the beat, but it's not overused. I recommend being very selective with your kicks and always placing them in relation to your claps and snares. You'll know you got it right when your girl starts twerking uncontrollably. If we make a copy of the pattern now, we can have a drums-only pattern while we continue to build up the beat on a separate pattern. This will be useful when it comes time to arrange our song. Press and hold pattern and write. Then press the pattern we just created. Now select an open slot and paste the pattern. Alright, technically we got a little beat here, but we should probably have at least one melodic instrument in it. We could probably sample an old jazz record, but we have the KO, so let's use the melodic sampler. Let's just sample a basic piano. Press and hold record and select an open sound slot between 1 and 8. Play the piano note. You can filter it, adjust the resonance, and the volume. Melodies don't need to be complicated or even have a lot of notes, but I think they have to have some rhythm and movement. Many hit songs only have 2 notes, but it's not just any 2 notes. It's often the 1 and 5 notes of a scale. These 2 notes are like magic, so I would recommend writing simple melodies around these 2. You can also spice things up by adding a 3rd note, like the 6 or the 4. If you're totally lost, don't worry, check this out. We sampled the G sharp note earlier, so that's the root note of our scale. But instead of memorizing every note in the scale, it's easier to just number them. Numerically, it goes like this. Ending on the root note, or 1, creates a sense of closure. If we start with the 5, it creates some tension. You can think about a melody like a pendulum. It swings one way, but swings back to the start before repeating. So let's program the 5, maybe move to the 6 for added tension, then to the 1, but let's throw in a 6 at the very end. This way, looping back to the 5 will feel natural. So our melody is about tension and release, and it flows nice and smooth. Let's copy that pattern and drop out the drums to create a bridge part. Press and hold pattern and write, then select the current pattern. Now press an open sound slot. I think dropping the kicks and the hats should do the trick. Press and hold a sound and select number 13. Press all of the lit steps to erase the kicks. Now press and hold sound and select number 15. Again, press all the lit steps to erase the hats. Okay, let's make a quick intro. Nothing fancy, we just need to set the mood. Let's use the piano again. Press and hold pattern and select an open slot. Let's program the pattern so it's a quick call and response. Again, let's use the 1 and 5 notes. This time, let's start with the 1 and end on the 5. This will create some tension as we go into the main beat. Hey, let's add even more tension before our intro. I have just the thing. This is a simple trick. Let's just take a guitar. No need to plug it in. Just run a guitar pick down the strings. Nothing says tension like strings. Let's sample that into an open sound slot. Melodic sample is fine. Now select an available pattern and program that 1 step at the beginning. It should last through the length of the pattern. The last thing I want to show is how to chain patterns. This will allow you to string your patterns together into a song. It's pretty easy. Press and hold pattern and select the sequence of patterns you want from start to finish. Pressing a pattern more than once will repeat that pattern in the sequence as many times as you press it. Pro tip, write down the sequence of your patterns to help you with this part. I found this easier than memorizing the sequence. So we'll go guitar part, piano part, main part 4 times, drum part twice, main part 4 times, drum part twice, main part 4 times. And that should give us a well-rounded song. Another pro tip, if you plan on recording your masterpiece, add a blank pattern onto the end of your pattern chain. Since the pattern sequence will just keep looping, the song will start over right when you want it to end. A blank pattern at the end serves as a place to cut off your song. All right, here's our little beat. Shout out to Mike Will and Plus.